Welcome to another explainer. Look, if you are a focused learner trying to absolutely conquer the Florida Real Estate Sales Associate exam, the FREC I, you are in exactly the right place today. Consider this your ultimate comeback strategy session. We're going to cut through all the noise, look straight at the data, and build a strategic roadmap to get you that passing grade.
So, a 68 when you need a 75. If you've recently stared at a Pearson VUE score report that looks a whole lot like this, just take a deep breath, acknowledge the setback, for sure. But please understand that falling short of that magic 75 passing mark is an incredibly normal part of this journey. The Florida Real Estate Law Book is dense, and the exam, it's notoriously tricky. But you're definitely not alone here, and more importantly, this is a highly solvable problem.
Okay, let's dive into this and transition right now from test anxiety to test strategy. To pull that off, we actually need to look under the hood and see how this exam is built.
The state syllabus basically hands us a treasure map. It reveals exactly where the points are hidden, which turns a terrifying exam into simple, solvable math. Notice that residential mortgages sit right up there at 9%. That is a massive chunk of your test, and it's exactly the beast we are going to master today.
So what's your main takeaway here? Stop trying to memorize the entire massive law book. Honestly, it's just not going to work. Instead, we are going to strategically focus your valuable study time on these high-yield topics, like mortgages, to mathematically ensure you cross that 75-point finish line.
Let's tackle one of the most highly tested and, often most confusing financial concepts in the whole curriculum.
First off, you've got to understand where the money actually comes from. The primary mortgage market is where loans are born. Think of your local bank or your credit union right down the street. Then you have the secondary mortgage market. This is where those loans are bought and sold by the major players, like Fannie Mae, Freddie Mac, and Ginnie Mae, just to keep the funds flowing through the economy. Now, when it comes to the loan types themselves, you absolutely must contrast conventional loans with government-backed ones. Here is a memory aid you should definitely lock in. FHA equals F for federal insurance. That means the government insures the loan and requires a mortgage insurance premium, or MIP. Now, VA equals V for Veterans Guarantee, meaning the government guarantees a portion of the loan for our veterans, and that usually requires a funding fee instead. And conventional loans, well, they're going to require PMI if your down payment is less than 20%.
All right, moving right along, the state of Florida fully expects you to know exactly how these different loans function in the real world and how to calculate their costs.
So let's rapid fire through some common loan structures. A fixed-rate loan keeps your interest exactly the same, while an ARM, well, it fluctuates. A balloon mortgage is tricky. It has small monthly payments, but a massive lump sum due at the very end. You've also got specialized types: purchase money, wraparound, blanket loans for developers, package, construction, and reverse mortgages. On the math side, you need to know LTV, loan-to-value ratio. That's just the loan amount divided by the purchase price. Simple as that. Oh, and remember usury laws? Those are the rules that protect consumers from lenders trying to charge illegally high interest rates.
Now here is a guaranteed exam question. It's going to involve discount points. Here's the simple math you just have to memorize. One discount point equals exactly 1% of the loan amount, not the purchase price, the loan amount. Lenders charge these points up front just to increase their yield on the loan.
Okay, let's put this all together and see if you're ready to cross that 75-point threshold. We're going to do a super quick 4-question matching quiz.
Question 1. Which government-backed loan is guaranteed? Take a second. The answer is VA. Remember our memory aid, V for Veterans Guarantee. Okay, question 2. Which secondary market player specifically works with government-insured loans? Got it? That's Ginnie Mae, because they are actually a wholly owned government corporation.
Let's keep that momentum for question 3. If a buyer pays 2 discount points, what percentage of the loan amount is being charged? The answer is 2%, because 1 point always equals 1%. And finally, question 4. What type of mortgage features a really large final payment? The answer is a balloon mortgage, because the principal literally balloons at the end of the term.
So, how did you do? Be honest, because if you can master these core mortgage concepts, that 75 passing score is entirely 100% within your reach. Get your exam review scheduled, study strategically, and leave today asking yourself this one final question. When you pass this exam, and you will, whose life are you going to help change first by finding them the perfect home? Thanks for joining me on this explainer, and go conquer that FREC I.